What's up, Vinyl Community? What's up, YouTube? Hello. Oh, hell yes. What a week, man. And we're here. We're in the weekend. How y'all doing, man? You fucking crazy nuts that come to check this out every week. Hey, if there's any newbies out there, join the squad. The Cosmic Vinyl Squad. It's fun. Anyway, this is Cosmic Vinyl. I'm Cosmic Brian, your host. And this is going to be kind of a fun video. This is going to be... We did a couple of psychedelic videos last 2 weeks. But today, these are my Far Out Finds. A Far Out Finds video. You know, my recent vinyl finds. Got a stack of about 6 records over here. Going to be fun. Can't wait to share them. But no... For all you psych heads out there, unfortunately, there is no psych stuff. There might be a vaguely psych adjacent album in here, but other than that, man, this is gonna be a lot of punk, some garage stuff, garage surf. But here's what we're listening to now, man. This is a band that I was turned on to by. There's an album in here, and the artist turned me on to this album. He is part of the vinyl community. His name is Ryan Kidd. He showed this album, it's been a while now, probably almost 2 years ago. I'd never heard of it. And if I'd seen this album, I wouldn't think it was a punk album, but this is definitely a punk rock album. There's the track list there. They're called Raxola. And if I remember right, they're from, I want to say it's some... maybe Brazil or maybe Belgium, something like. I have to look it up. I can't remember. I haven't listened to it for a while. Thought it'd be a great opener for this video. Plus, it sounds freaking killer. Listen to this. That was pretty abrupt. Jesus. All right, so yeah, I got about 5 or 6 albums. A couple CDs even. You don't see very many CDs get shown here on Cosmic Vinyl, but why don't we jump right into it? Another new koozie from the Perch and his gal Tina, a little Dallas Cowboys boot there. The Perch is from Dallas, so actually we both moved from here, or from Fort Dodge, Iowa, down to Dallas. But yeah, I love that little koozie there. It's a Miller Lite, but we're rocking the Modelo again this week, so. Without further ado, why don't we do what we like to call around here as a big chug. I'm not going to tear into this tall boy and top to bottom, but I'm gonna take a pretty nice tug off it, and I encourage you, the viewer, to also take part in this ritual that we call the big chug. So yeah, let's crack this fresh air. And this is to all my friends out there, man. I'm so friggin' happy to be here, spending some time with the Cosmic Vinyl crew. Right, what about you, Perch? You into it? All right, man, let's down this thing. Here we go. To all my friends in the vinyl community, hoist it up and toss it back.
Oh, yes, my good friend, of course.
Waiting for that all week. All right, I'm gonna remove these mind shields. I'm gonna put my groovy specs on, and we're gonna hit the ground running on this vinyl. So let's do it. Here we go. How we looking? Pretty damn good. Like the specs? Somebody asked me about my specs in the comments of last video. I'm going to share a little secret with you all. These are not my prescription specs. Although I need these to read, and I need these to like do other things with, you know, when I'm doing research and whatnot. These are readers. But they're like, I don't have to wear like these powerful readers where I'd be stumbling around like Mr. Magoo, right? But I get these at the dollar store for like $2. Jesus Christ. The secret's out! Cosmic Brian is a cheapskate. And I should wear prescription glasses. Again, I'm a lazy sod and I haven't been to the eye doctor. Even though I have insurance, I'm such a dimwad sometimes. Anyway, Not as dim as this motherfucker. Noid. All right, let's get on with it, man. You guys ready to look at some records? Like I said, you rarely see any Cosmic Brian show any CDs, but I've been listening to a lot of this kind of stuff, some rockabilly, psychobilly stuff this week. And this is Reverend Horton Heat's album, Revival. Love that classic traditional tattoo art there. There's track list there. The Rev was huge down in Dallas where we lived, man. Love it. Cool CD too. There's another pic of the Rev right there. The Rev. Drunken Rev. Check this out. Laughing and Crying by Reverend Horton Heat as well. Another great cover. Oh, you want the gatefold? There's another cool CD. That's kind of like early colored vinyl, except on CD. Jesus. All right, let's get on with the show here. You guys came for the vinyl. So, in my last Far Out Finds video, I believe I showed this album, Messer Chups, the incredible Crocodile. Again with the groovy classic traditional tattoo art there. Same with the back. There's Zombierella and the guys there. Fantastic record. I showed that last time. But I also mentioned that I picked up another album. This is their most recent release here. This is Dark Side of Paradise by the Messer Chups. Love that fucking cover. So great, man. Sci-fi, horror. Just fantastic, man. And there's a volcano on the back. Kind of like an Exotica gone bad kind of deal. But there's the track list there. And I was noticing, you know how we do. We digest everything about vinyl, the cover, everything. I noticed that they had a drummer change. It says his name is Mattia Bertolassi, but they call Signor Miatia. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. But you still got Guitar Racula and Zombierella, the originals. Mostly instrumental, garage surf stuff. Some cool, I do like a version of Pink Pantheratu, Nights in White Satin. You know what this brings me back to? It reminds me like the theme song to like Addams Family or Munsters or something, or probably the Munsters. But yeah, I just love this, man. And again, I got to give props to our friend Brandonio, friend of the channel, who you can find on Instagram. He shares a lot of great records, man. Lots of groups like this. And you can find him at Stunt Double 1971 on Instagram. And man, do yourself a favor and check it out. But yeah, fantastic. And I believe this came on some really radical colored vinyl as well. Look at that. These are these High Tide reissues. God, might be one of the coolest colored vinyls I have. Man, I remember when colored vinyl first came out, people used to just rip on it, like they hated it. But I think people have kind of come around to it. I don't think they had a choice because a lot of new records have come out on colored vinyl. So, but yeah, I just love the horror themes, the sci-fi, the killer cover. They got a long way to go to get more of their releases, but yeah, got another one under the belt right there. All right. Let me introduce you to one of Vinyl Community's own, the human B-side, Ryan Kidd. his album. I believe this is his sophomore effort here, Dead in Memphis. I assume that's the Memphis skyline there. Memphis just down the road. I think it's like 3 hours maybe from STL. I love that classic coupe there, man. Fantastic. Get a load of the track list there. Freaking love this, man. It was a limited release on this pink vinyl and I got 106 out of 200, I believe. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. Released in 2024 on Human B-Side Records. I gotta show you this too. Well, first let me show you the insert. I love how the guys in the band put themselves as somebody else. There's the lyrical content. You got the Human B-Side label there, more lyrics. But yeah, man, this is so good. I'd forgotten about it. I bought that album a while ago, but I have these overflow crates, and sometimes as I keep adding records, like newer records, the other albums kind of get moved back to the back of the crate, and I kind of forgot about it. I've listened to it a few times, and I love it. But look, you thought that yellow Messer Chups album looked good? Look at this. Look at that. It's fucking awesome, man. I love it. I love colored vinyl. But anyway, just fantastic buzzsaw guitar-driven punk rock. I think also there's some other VC members that play on there. Dr. October on bass, and Marquis Ramone on drums, and Kel on synth. Kind of reminds me of this band, and I'm pretty sure Ryan wouldn't mind me comparing him to the Spits because he's a fan of the Spits. Is that Rubber Johnny right there? Jesus. Another good punk album. This is kind of like, I think some maybe a compilation of unreleased material or something like that. But yeah, I love it. Love both of these albums, man. Just that Ryan Kidd album is just as fast, furious, just pure unadulterated punk rock. And I love it, man. Definitely check it out if there's any left. I think he's already released another album since then. Wait, listen to this. This is Raxola. I'm a drug child. I love it. So I can't believe I didn't have this album in the collection already. But this is the B-52's debut record right here, man. I call it B-52's Yellow, or I call it Rock Lobster as well. But yeah, look at them there. Look at the young B-52s. Man, I freaking love that. So my favorite record store down here in St. Louis, he gives us they post on Instagram. Check their Instagram account out. They always post what they're going to put in their bargain bin, the secret stash, the night before, so you kind of have an idea what you're looking at. So, I mean, people show up before opening, lined up to get to the bargain bin to get albums. And then on this particular day, I was looking for this, and man, I was so glad to get it. And it's funny, it's almost like a mini record store day line, you know. It's not clear around the building, but people do. They love the secret stash at Planet Score. World famous. But yeah, this is great, man. I'll give you the track list there. Opening track, Planet Claire, is amazing. But yeah, this is just fantastic. Athens, Georgia band. I believe I read somewhere that John Lennon, before he died, had said in an interview that he really liked this band and this album, man. And how could he not? Infectious friggin' rhythms, guitar riffs, groovy synth, sci-fi, quirkiness. Love it, man. It's even a little bit like, is it punk or is it new wave? Is it alt rock? I don't know how to describe it. It's hard to pigeonhole the B-52's early stuff, man. But yeah, it's experimental for sure. Just a great party rock album. So fun, so innovative. I'm going to tell you this little story about how they came across my radar. So I was 14 in 1979 when this was released, right? And I had this best friend of mine from grade school on. His name was Mike Kelly. He was a weird kid, man. He was a weird kid, but I loved him. And he always somehow knew about these bands before the rest of us did. I mean, we lived smack dab in the middle of the country, right? So Iowa, the state I'm from, is right in the middle of the U.S. And Fort Dodge, Iowa, the town I grew up in, is right in the middle of Iowa. So we're in the middle of the United States. So it took a while to get from the East Coast and the West Coast to us. No internet, nothing like that. You know, we had to go by magazines and radio and word of mouth. And we were always the last to know. You know what I'm saying? But my friend Mike Kelly, he always had the inside scoop. And I think it was because he had a brother who lived out in Cali. So I think that's how he'd get, you know, the inside, you know, beat on these bands and records. So anyway, he got the cassette and he turned me on to it, and I was just like, whoa, this is nothing like I've ever heard, man. I wasn't completely sold on it then, but you know, eventually a couple years later I was into it, you know. But I'm gonna tell you a little story about how weird my friend Mike Kelly was. You know, we were in high school and junior high. We smoked a little of the sacred flower back then, man. And remember one night we're driving around on a weekend night, you know, we're looking for girls or whatever. And my other buddy was in the passenger seat. I was in the driver's side rear seat. And my friend Mike was driving, and he was stoned. And when he got stoned, he'd kind of get like, kind of like that, you know, not like, you know, fun and, you know, crazy. But my friend Mike groped the grotation, stuck his head out the window, was yelling at some girls, and my friend Mike Kelly driving hit the electric window button and rolled my friend's head up, and he was like, he was getting killed, and he was like pounding on Mike, and Mike was just like, huh? I finally had to reach up from the back seat and grab him by the fucking neck and open that goddamn window. You're killing grotation, man. And I tell you what, man, we had him pulled over a block later, and we were ready to beat the shit out of him. He was always doing stupid shit like that, man. But he was a great friend. I don't even know where he's at now. Last I knew he was in Chico, California. But yeah, just a crazy story brought on by music. Music always brings back great memories. So, but anyway, let's move on. Jesus, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, 2 more records here. Let's get through it. Picked up a little funk, man, and this is one you don't see very often, by Funkadelic, Tales of Kid Funkadelic. Released in 1976 on Westbound Records. I'm sure this is a reissue. Oh, I'm going to give you the full effect because the artwork is definitely worth checking out. Look at that. They always had the craziest artwork on their albums, man. I think it was done by this cat named Pedro Bell, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, you can sit there for a long time looking at all the little goodies there. In fact, I spotted something today. From a distance, what does that look like it says? I thought it said Cosmic Brian. So I'm looking at that and I'm going, what? How did they know? How did these guys know? It really says Cosmic Bylaw 9. And that bylaw, it says, it's better to be nasty than never have been. I'm a nasty motherfucker. But man, this Funkadelic album was released in 1976 on Westbound Records. Kid Funkadelic is actually the nickname for their new guitarist, Michael Hampton, who plays on this. And this is just insane lyrics, man. Sex and partying and cosmicness. It's just so out there, man. I'd even call this like psych funk in a way. But yeah, man, you've got fuzzy, funky guitars. You've got thumping bass and drums. Some groovy synthesizers. Oh, I'm going to give you the inside gatefold. Look at that. More of the great artwork. Those are all the guys in the band. And of course, you got... It's very hard to read with that font, but you've got some liner notes and some song lyrics and stuff. This is so great. This classic, like, funk is this old school funk is where it's at, people. I'm telling you, this is the funk stuff, the funky. But so much swagger and sexuality and just fun. I'm sure it's totally cocaine, piles of cocaine driven and pot. But this is, I think, a collection of leftover like stuff that wasn't put on like earlier albums, if I'm not mistaken, I think, but could be. I don't know, but man, I just love Funkadelic. Funk is kind of like the punk of like soul. Yes, I don't know, maybe. All right, so my last album, and I saved this for last, not because it's the best album, but it brings back so many memories, and I'm so happy to have this in my hands. This is one that the Perch found and sent to me, and that's Hagfish. And the album is called Buick, man. But if you look close here, they've just adjusted a few things with a few lines added. Otherwise, this was called Fuck Me. You can see it right there. They added some curves there to the F, and there's an I in the middle. And then they just, on the exclamation point, they just made it into an N. Look at the worms, too. But anyway, this is a band that me and the Perch were very familiar with. Back in the early 90s, this came out in 93 on Dragon Street Records. They were, like I said, it was kind of a punky power pop kind of band, and they were pretty popular down there in Dallas. And in fact, me and the Perch were talking about how at their live shows, the singer would hawk a loogie into the air, and one of the other bandmates would catch it in his mouth. Now, I kind of we thought it was cool back then, but thinking about it now just fucking makes me want to gag. And you know, there's a lot of diseases out there in the 90s and stuff that you can get through transfer of sputum. But check that out, the track list there. Just there are lots of songs on there, kind of short, very quick, poppy, raucous, punkish rock and roll. It's kind of like dirty humor, kind of lampooning everything from women to themselves, but it's kind of like dirty humor meets poppy funk or punky riffs. Just love this, man. Always brings a smile to my face. I'll give you there's a, I don't know, where is it? I thought that, oh, here it is. I'll give you a little look at the band here. That's the singer right there. His name was George Stroud Reagan III. And then the guitar player was Zach Blair, and Donnie Blair, his brother, played bass. And this is Tony Barsotti, who plays drums. He played in another punk band before this called Cool Christine that I really liked down there too. There's the players and some liner notes there. But yeah, I love these guys, man. They were so fun. And this record just brings back so many memories. I think this is also on colored vinyl as well, if I'm not mistaken. This is very indigo blue. Very cool. Actually, after I moved back from Dallas to Iowa, I seen these guys open for Billy Goat at a club in Des Moines, Iowa, which I really love. But yeah, very cool. They came from the same scene as bands like Tripping Daisy and the Toadies, and also my friend's band, who were known as July Alley, but they changed their name to Flak Jacket. They were also part of that scene, so we were always clubbing and going and seeing bands back then. Big Descendants influence on this. Yeah, these guys were one of my favorite bands in that Dallas scene. Man, that scene was so vibrant and so eclectic. There was everything. There was metal, there was like industrial, there was punk, there was pop. We had it all, man. We had weird garage rock, man. It was just a weird scene down there, but we friggin' loved it, man. Anyway, Hagfish, Buick Men. I hope you dug it, man. That's the last one. I might even get done a little early today, man. I freaking love it. I'm going to toast you guys out of here, though, man. We're going to toss it back one more time. Thank you all for hanging out. Anybody new here, man, definitely hit the subscription button, man. Join this insanity that is Cosmic Vinyl. I'm sure you'll find something entertaining in here and something that you might like. We show a pretty big variety, but yeah, man, toast to all you guys. Have a great week, man. I hope you guys stay safe. Be cool, be cosmic. And I'm getting out of here. I pulled my groin.